Hi, Nora. How are you?
Good, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, whenever I bring up the topic of our partnership, newly formed, of the Harvey Academy and EduCalc Learning, the question always comes up, so how did you and Nora meet? And honestly, it often stumps me. So, I've been saying 7, 8 years, but can you concur? I know it's
Yes.
been a very long time. How did we exactly meet? I know the location, but that's about all I can recall.
It was somewhere around 2017, I want to say. And you were first opening the Harvey Academy, and I was tutoring for dyscalculia, and
Mm-hmm.
then ended up doing some teaching for you. And of course,
Yeah.
plenty of the students had specific learning disorders and dyscalculia, and I could not find what I needed as a teacher to really support those students. And actually, that is what convinced me to get into my doctoral program and
Mm-hmm.
complete my Ed D in curriculum and instruction and look at dyscalculia. And as you know, we did a dissertation study
Mm-hmm.
using a Harvey Academy student for that. And that was such an interesting journey completing that dissertation. And, close to 200,000 high school students in Florida have a specific learning disorder. And right now, there's only one school utilizing a math program that was designed specifically on dyscalculia research to
Yeah.
best support these students. And I'm really grateful for that. I think finally these students can earn credit, they can complete their grade recovery, they can
Mm-hmm.
understand math, they can really blossom because they're not trying to fit themselves into a math box. These classes are designed exactly for them. And I think that's made a difference. I don't know how that has been for Harvey Academy, what you would
Oh,
say.
absolutely. So going back to 2017, 2018 is actually when I became a school because you and I
Oh,
were
yes.
we were both experiencing the same frustration of what is going on with these children that we can't figure out how to help them. And then I discovered, oh, it's something called dyslexia and dyscalculia. So I became a school so I could offer the scholarships because
Mhm.
otherwise there were many families that couldn't afford my tutoring services. And that just led the way to a year and a half ago becoming accredited with the Florida Council of Independent Schools. And now, because of that accreditation, I can offer, you and I as a partnership can offer these courses across the state of Florida and even other states, as long
Even
as,
beyond, yeah.
yes, definitely beyond. But we want to, just like you and I grew our businesses, we want to start slow and
Yeah.
let it grow organically. So with the Florida accreditation, we're just going to start with Florida and see how it goes. And yes, that this is just yet another tool, EduCalc courses, where we can accommodate these neurodivergent students
Hmm.
in the classroom, in their own classroom. So I have at the moment 6 out of 90 students that are taking either financial literacy, Algebra 1 or Algebra 2, because for whatever reason, sometimes it's just a scheduling conflict. They cannot attend the financial literacy class that is live in my class. So they take the course in
Hmm.
a media center, a study hall. Um, or it's because they're neurodivergent and they need
Hmm.
the specialized design of your courses, God bless you, to understand and get that grade and get that high school credit. I always think of Payson Nair, who is
Hmm.
the poster child for Harvey Academy, who stood up last year during graduation. Unbeknownst to any of us, she spontaneously took the mic and told her story. And she had the triple threat, right? Dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dysgraphia,
Hmm.
and how she, in her previous school, failed geometry.
Hmm.
And their solution was, well, just take it again over the summer. That's not a solution. So by the grace of God, she found us. And now she's living her best life at University of Mississippi. And she could not be happier. And she attributes
Hmm.
her success to our school and to your courses. So God bless you.
She really did enjoy geometry quite a bit and
Yeah.
really enjoyed algebra 2 as well, which I think was very surprising to her.
Yes. Most surprising to her and everyone around her who has been on this journey with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, mentioning the scholarships and the reason why I became a school, there are so many opportunities for families to purchase these courses and then use scholarship money. If they're a private student, it's a private school student in a school that it's not their mission to take care of neurodivergent students,
Mhm.
they can use the FESUA scholarship or the FESEO scholarship. If they are a homeschool student, they can use the PEP scholarship, PEP, and get reimbursed. Or if they attend a homeschool pod, like we have the Harvey Academy here, but we also have the
Mhm.
Harvey Homeschool, they pay me directly. And they just submit the invoice as a parent, and they don't have to dip into their pockets to pay for the course.
That
So
is always the best outcome if
yes, it's seamless for
parents
the
can do that.
parent. Yep. So there's a
Yes.
lot of opportunities, ways in which they can take advantage of these courses and ways in which they can have them paid
Hmm.
through
Hmm.
scholarship funds.
And if a student is at a public school in Florida, of course,
Mhm.
those rules and regulations are slightly different, but
They are.
parents can always talk with the school and see if under FAPE, some Title I funds might be available, since this is a solution designed for their documented learning difference. Or, of course, parents always have the option of purchasing whatever is best suited for their child. And it's nice, I think, that now parents know they will have an official transcript, they will
Mhm.
meet their high school graduation requirements,
Yep.
and it will be in a method that works best for their child.
Mhm. And selfishly speaking, I guess it's selfish. This program of these online courses perfectly meets my mission to reach as many students as I can that we can help. Because there's only so many students I can accommodate in a brick and mortar school. But with online courses, and I know you, Dr. Wall, you're not going to stop at what you have now with chemistry and all the math courses. I know you're going to make more. And I know they're going to be as amazing as the ones you have now. And we're going to help. I mean, it's the prospect of how many students we can help for great recovery. And just think about how these courses will convince these students, I'm not stupid. I mean, that will be our greatest
Exactly.
accomplishment.
That is
And
the most rewarding part.
yes, absolutely. And the the numbers are endless. We just have to get it out there. And
I think you brought up a great point with Payson.
mhm,
When you and I started working with Payson, I'm
mhm.
not sure she was thinking about college and
She
seeing
wasn't.
that as something realistic for her.
Yep.
And so having the right access
Mhm.
really changed her trajectory, which was very rewarding. And you are
Yep.
correct. Right now we have Algebra 1, Algebra 2,
Mhm.
geometry, financial literacy, chemistry, and then there are plans to develop physics and statistics, maybe even calculus, but really to open up STEM to
Mhm.
students who have a math learning disability or other types of neurodivergence because they
Mhm.
should not be kept from STEM careers.
No, they should not. And there's no reason to.
Yep.
There's none. They just see the world and think differently. It is that simple. And God bless you for making it a possibility that educators and parents and administrators and educational facilities can accept that concept and say, this child is not disabled. This child is diverse. There's a big difference.
I love the way you said that. That's a
Yeah.
great quote.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, it's the truth, and we have to wrap our brains around it. Uh, Recently, I had a reporter interview me, and he said, "What is the greatest feeling of accomplishment as the head of school?" And I said, honestly, it's when all of these children that came to me over the years, unhappy, misunderstood, not heard, and feeling stupid. And then I walk around doing, recess. We had field day last year, and I do when I have a free few moments, which are few and far between, but nonetheless, they do occur. And I'll walk through the campus and just visit the classrooms. And these children are happy and confident and raising their hand and building friendships. And they are discovering what they're capable of and no longer thinking that they are incapable. And that to me, there's nothing better to witness. It's
I
a
completely agree. We are privileged to be part of this
Mhm.
conversation with families. And I would say the exact same thing when parents say, I've never seen this before. My son is just logging on in the morning and getting his work done, and we're
Mhm.
not fighting about it. We're not arguing about it. And when students say, no, it made a lot of sense. And if they come to me, which has happened quite a bit, and say, I didn't do as well as I know I could. Can you reopen that quiz? I want to take that again. Uh,
Wow.
I find that the math experience, knowing you can do it, is
Mhm.
so empowering. And I agree with you. It's beautiful to see that in a child.
It is. It is. And there's nothing like it. There's
Hmm.
nothing like it. It will. I remember a reporter asking me, do you, as a head of school, I guess you work really hard. And I said, well, I love what I do. So I don't really consider it work. I said, but I had a friend of mine when I shared the idea that we were looking to build a school because what is a constant problem at Harvey Academy is we fill up space as soon as we get it. So
Yes.
we have faced the fact that we need to really take the plunge and try to build a multi-million-dollar location. And when I shared this with a friend of mine, he says, Nancy, do you really want to work that hard? And I said, no, but the alternative is not even a consideration. How do I stop?
Hmm.
It sounds dramatic, but honestly, that's where my brain goes. I'm going to work as long as I possibly can to help as many children as I can. And that's the
Yes.
plan. So we'll
Hmm.
see.
It's
Yeah.
great. Nancy, I think this is a fantastic conversation, but we should let people know how they can join us in
Yes.
changing their math lives. So if
Yep.
people are looking for the courses on your website, where should they go?
Well, they go to theharveyacademy.com and they click on EduCalc Learning. And that tab brings you to the registration form and you register and you pay. Everything is done online. And they can start, I believe, immediately, correct, Nora? It's all
Yep.
self-paced.
It is
And
all self-paced and it is fully at the student's best pace. So there are not deadlines or due dates. There's a pacing chart that will help give structure
Mhm.
and help students who need a little more executive function support. But we also have students, as you know, who have anxiety disorders or other issues that make it necessary for them to have a fluctuating, flexible schedule. And they can do that without feeling like they're behind. So they can start right away. They can do it when they are ready to do it and complete it as soon as they're ready to. And if
Excellent.
people want to know more about the course design and some of the research that we use, they can visit educalclearning.com.
Great.
Uh, and I love talking about the research. So we do have some really great research out there about dyscalculia, which
Mhm.
explains why it's specifically different. And I'm
Mhm.
happy to share that with people too.
And another benefit that you've created for educators is one that I've taken advantage of, and that is the courses you offer to teachers so they can become certified dyscalculia specialists or certified
Yeah.
dyslexia specialists. All of my teachers on staff, unless they are already a Wilson or OG tutor,
Hmm.
they're required to take these courses. And if they teach math, they have to take the dyscalculia specialist course. So they can further understand the way that brain works.
Hmm.
Just like when you visited today the school and Sarah Medina, our upper school math teacher, said, I just hear you in my head all the time talking about dyscalculia as she's teaching. So clearly that course was quite effective for her because you are still speaking in her head months later after taking it. So bravo. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad teachers are liking it. It's very simple
Mhm,
to help
mhm,
these students when you understand what the needs are. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to change everything that you're doing. And I do appreciate your dedication to making sure your teachers have the tools they need. And that way they can be more effective. And that makes everyone happy. And it's good for the students. And it keeps your teachers here because they're happy
mhm.
at work.
Yep. Yeah. Happy teachers, happy students, happy
Yes.
parents. It's kind of like a domino effect. Yeah. It's all good. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me and brainstorm our mission moving forward. And once again, these courses are available right now at theharveyacademy.com. And if you have questions, contact us.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nancy. I'm really looking forward to helping you and I change student lives.
Amen. Me too.